This is the Daily Brief for Friday, 7 August. 12 stories in 8 minutes: money, politics, jobs and the machines. Let's go. The Tories say kicking foreign nationals out of social housing would free up 228,000 homes for British families. The Conservative Party wants to end social housing for foreign nationals if they win the next election. Their plan: end new tenancies for all foreign nationals and evict current tenants where neither partner is British, Irish or has EU settled status. Single foreign nationals in social housing would also lose their homes, 6 months to move out. The party claims this frees up 228,144 homes for British families waiting on housing lists. Labour hit back, calling it unserious and unworkable. The Tories themselves created the housing crisis, Labour said. Anyone with EU settled status, refugee status or specific humanitarian protection can stay. Currently 1.34 million households are on social housing waiting lists.
Trump says America has massive munitions stockpiles and is hunting down those leaking information about weapons shortages. President Trump posted that the U.S. has massive amounts of munitions and large quantities being manufactured. His denial comes after reports the U.S. has burned through difficult-to-manufacture precision missiles during months of combat. CBS News reported the U.S. depleted much of its global stockpile of long-range precision missiles. Trump called that reporting treasonous. The Washington Post reported Trump confronted Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth last week over possible weapons shortfalls. Trump vowed long-term jail sentences for leakers. He said the Post's reporting was treasonous. Trump posted he is extremely happy with Hegseth's work. Precise U.S. missile stocks remain classified.
U.S. investment giant Apollo is buying Europe's no-frills airline EasyJet for £5.7 billion. EasyJet has agreed to be taken over by U.S. firm Apollo after rival bidder Castlelake dropped out. Apollo will pay £7.15 per share. The deal is worth £5.7 billion. Apollo owns Wagamama parent The Restaurant Group and says it will not cut jobs in the first 12 months. EasyJet employs over 19,000 people and flies around 1,200 routes across 35 European countries. The airline was founded in 1995 by Stelios Hagiionou. His family still owns 15% of the business. Apollo says there is significant opportunity to accelerate EasyJet's operational and commercial ambitions. EasyJet is one of Europe's largest airlines.
The UK Statistics Authority says Sir Keir Starmer used a misleading figure when claiming £270 billion more defence spending. Sir Keir Starmer told MPS in March the government was increasing defence spending by £270 billion. The Ministry of Defence and Wales Office repeated that claim in June, but the UK Statistics Authority says that is wrong. The £270 billion is the proposed total spending between 2025 and 2029, not an increase. The Wales office deleted its post containing the claim. A UK government spokesperson said they acknowledged the phrasing and took immediate steps to prevent it being repeated. Starmer resigned from Downing Street in July and was succeeded by Andy Burnham. The Statistics Authority said steps by Wales office and MoD should prevent the claim being made again.
The Bank of England says artificial intelligence is helping productivity but threatening employment across the country. The Bank of England has assessed AI's impact on the British economy and jobs. The verdict: AI is boosting productivity. That's the good news. The bad news: AI is harming jobs. Workers face mounting pressure from automation. The central bank warns of a mixed picture as AI technology spreads across industries. Some sectors will see productivity gains. Others will see job losses. UK employers and workers face uncertain times as artificial intelligence transforms the workplace. The full implications remain unclear as adoption accelerates.
AI lab Mirendil has signed a $100 million plus partnership with Google Cloud to power self-improving AI research. Mirendil, an AI lab, has inked a multi-year deal worth over $100 million with Google Cloud. The deal gives Mirendil access to Google's TPUs and NVIDIA GPUs to fuel self-improving AI research. Self-improving AI, also called recursive self-improvement, refers to systems that iteratively improve themselves. Mirendil believes this technology will automate scientific and AI research, accelerating progress in medicine, biology and materials science. Co-founder Behnam Nashaber said the startup hopes its AI will eventually do the work of an entire frontier AI lab. Training self-improving AI requires enormous amounts of computing power. The deal was signed roughly 6 months after Mirendil raised seed funding at a $1 billion valuation.
Quick break. MOT, servicing and repairs in Bedford. Asm Motor Group are a mobile garage, so we can come to you. Call 07346 814921.
A US judge has ordered Meta to pay $567 million for failing to warn the public about dangers to children. A judge in New Mexico ordered Meta to pay another $567 million for failure to warn about harms to children. This adds to a previous $375 million fine in the same case, total $942 million. Judge Brian Beachade called Meta a public nuisance akin to air pollution harming children. The money must go into a fund aimed at reducing future harms. Meta's recommendation algorithms steered young users toward harmful content and sexual predators, the judge found. Meta disagrees and will appeal. This is the largest ruling against Meta over child safety, and the first time a social media company has been deemed a public nuisance.
A team of formerly incarcerated people is battling raging wildfires in Spokane, Washington. The Arcadia 20 team, made up of formerly incarcerated people, worked on the frontline of the Autumn Lane fire. Wildfires are tearing through the Spokane area, destroying homes and forcing thousands to evacuate. When participants join this elite wildfire fighting group, they receive state wildland firefighter wages. They also get benefits and become union members. The program puts formerly incarcerated individuals to work combating the flames. These workers are bringing experience and determination to one of the state's biggest threats. The effort highlights how formerly incarcerated people can play vital roles in emergency response.
Arrests of migrants working illegally in the UK have doubled since Labour took power, the Home Office says. More than 17,000 arrests have been made since July 2024. That is a 122% increase on the previous 2 years. Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood said this surge takes Britain to the highest level of immigration enforcement in history. Immigration raids in the first 6 months of this year increased to 7,270, a 31% jump on last year. Those raids led to 4,756 arrests, a 20% rise. London saw the highest arrest rates with 1,256 arrests, up 32% on the same period in 2025. Employers have been hit with £74 million in civil penalties this year. Reform UK said Labour is insulting public intelligence with these figures.
AI exposure correlates with Britain's hiring slowdown, new analysis suggests. Research shows a connection between sectors exposed to artificial intelligence and the UK's slowing job market. Industries most vulnerable to AI disruption are reporting reduced hiring. The analysis comes as British companies face uncertainty about automation and workforce needs. High-exposure sectors are pulling back on recruitment plans. Bank Underground researchers examined which sectors face the biggest AI risks. The findings suggest AI adoption is already affecting hiring decisions. Economists warn the slowdown could accelerate as AI technology matures across industries.
AI music platform Suno is rolling out watermarking tools to prevent misuse, as it battles multiple lawsuits. Suno announced new tools to mark songs made on its platform and limit downloads. The company also updated community guidelines to prevent copycats and misuse. Suno uses audio watermarking and fingerprinting to prevent misuse on other streaming platforms. The startup signed an agreement with lyrics provider Musixmatch to use its Sentinel system for copyright detection. Suno explicitly banned deceptive audio presented as real and using real people's voices without permission. These moves come as Suno faces numerous lawsuits from record labels and artist bodies. A German court ruled last month that Suno was breaking copyright rules.
Wisley in Surrey has now gone 50 consecutive days without a single drop of rain. The small village in Surrey, home to the Royal Horticultural Society's 240-acre garden, has broken drought records. Wisley last saw rain in mid-June. That is 50 continuous dry days. Back in the hot summer of 1976, Wisley managed only 36 consecutive dry days. This year's figures shatter that record, with no rain since mid-June. July was the driest for England and Wales since Met Office records began 190 years ago. High pressure from a large zone of descending air has dominated weather since late spring, preventing rain clouds forming. The UK Health Security Agency has issued yellow heat health alerts for most of England this weekend.
That's your brief. Every story here comes from a published report, and every source is listed below. Subscribe, and we'll do it all again tomorrow.